Hey buddy, it's CrazyGoodTime4 and welcome back to some more Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS. In the last one, we of course went through Classic Mode as the last of the three Mii fighters, of course being the Mii Gunner, which is pretty cool to see. We now showed off all three classes of the Mii fighter. And we also finished off the main screen of the character selection, which is pretty freaking dope. In this episode, we are going to be continuing Classic Mode because we still have a little bit left to go by going through one of the extra fighters, starting off with our first extra fighter, specifically our first DLC fighter, that being the Psychic type Pokemon from the Psychic type Pokemon himself, Mewtwo. Yeah, so the legendary himself is here, legendary Pokemon. It's pretty cool that he's in the first DLC fighter. Obviously, these are all DLC fighters, as you could probably imagine, but this one, of course, being the first one. I remember that reveal being absolutely insane. And obviously, you know, there's no real way to unlock him besides, of course, just buying the characters, which, of course, you can't really do now in 2024, so you have to have some other method. I'm not going to say what, but you could probably already guess. It's pretty simple, but just, like, has some steps to go through. Let's go over Mewtwo's alternate costumes real quick. So, did I really just do that? Hold up, I'm, like, dumb as hell. I decided to get rid of, all of my alternate costumes from Smash 4 for some reason. So we had the defaults, we already know this one. We had the default Mewtwo, the one from, you know, the original show, I think, or anime. Sorry, the original anime or movie. He's been like this for a while. We have an orange color, which resembles one of the possible colors from Mewtwo in the Pokemon Stadium titles. We've got blue, which resembles one of the possible colors, again, from Mewtwo from the Pokemon Stadium titles. We've got a brown, which seems to be a Smash original. A pink, which resembles its original artwork from Pokemon Red and Green, which was presented as pink rather than purple later on. We've got yellow, which resembles its original shiny coloration from Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. I think they changed it to like a green later or something, like the tail became green. We've got a cyan, which seems to be a Smash original as well. And finally, a purple, which is reminiscent of Shadow Lugia from Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I need to play that game still, but like it's so expensive to get a physical copy. I have Coliseum, but I don't have XD. I really want to get it. But yeah, so there we go. That's Mewtwo. Let's get right into it. Let's see how Mewtwo performs. Mewtwo, obviously, he's like here in the game, right? It's pretty freaking cool. Mewtwo's a great Pokemon, obviously in the main games. But in Smash, he's pretty good too. He's definitely a lot better than he was back in Melee. I don't know what makes him better, like maybe just like the way Smash 4 just works, because Smash 4 is obviously pretty damn different from Melee, but I think, yeah, Smash 4's like mechanics are just a lot better for Mewtwo than Melee's mechanics were, so yeah, that's probably the main reason as to why he does a lot better in this game. Oh wait, that still hits me? Okay, listen buddy. Oh my, okay, Falco, you need to like leave. So Mewtwo is pretty damn cool. Nice job, Sheik. It's always the it's always your teammates that just don't do anything for you. Hold up. Yeah, you're full. Oh, I should. Am I dead? That just kills me, man. What the hell was I supposed to do? I should have reflected. I generally should have reflected. I don't know what I was thinking. How is he not getting hit by that? Oh, excuse me. Can you, like, stop reading all of my attacks, Fox? That'd be great. Let me get the medal. What a dumbass. I don't know what he was trying there. I really don't understand it. But you know what? We take those. We take those wins. Yeah, Mewtwo, kind of similar to Ness, sort of. Not really. I mean, they're both psychic users, and they have a really, like, floaty second jump to them. But it's not really, like, too much of a similarity, but that's, like, probably about it. And yeah, I guess they have, like, both a strong neutral special that they can use. Speaking of which, let's actually go ahead and check out Mewtwo's special moves, with the neutral special, which we showed off kind of briefly, not really. This one, of course, being Shadow Ball, where Mewtwo starts charging just like Aura Sphere, just like Lucario's Aura Sphere, starts charging this energy projectile in his hands, and then after a while can keep the charge, will be fully charged, and then shoots it out into a very massive ball, right? You know how Shadow Ball is in the mainline games. It's a very, very freaking good Ghost-type move. Also, yes, it's a Ghost-type move, not a Psychic-type move, which is interesting that Mewtwo has it, but it's also just like a classic move that many Psychic types actually learn, that should learn, honestly, especially for like Ghost-type coverage, but Yeah, Shadow Ball is just a great projectile. Does a lot of damage, a lot of knockback. It's a very, really good killing option. And it goes fast. It covers a lot because it's just like a big projectile to shoot out. Unlike Lucario's version, his does not do any damage during the charge itself. It can only do damage when you actually like shoot it out. But when you do shoot it out, after it's fully charged, Mewtwo will actually get some recoil pushback from the attack, from shooting at the Shadow Ball, because I guess just too big for his frail body to handle comfortably. So yeah, but it's really good. You can obviously keep the charge at any point, just like Lucario's Aura Sphere, or even Samus's charge shots. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's like a very good move for him to use. Probably one of his best moves, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. And yeah, it's just a really good like safe option for Mewtwo to go with, to like especially keep his distance against opponents. So definitely a really good one to have on him. But yeah, so that's Shadow Ball. I mean, like, not really else to really say about it. It's a very good move. Use it when you can. Like, just to kind of charge it when you're not fighting the opponent. And then yeah, just try and reach your opponent. Ooh, you fell right into my trap. Okay, you know what? Screw it, we're going with it. Can I hit you? Boom! Nice, we actually hit that? That's crazy. Let's go, Side Strike. Oh man, I love that Final Smash so much. The tiniest hit of that up smash actually killed me. That's insane to me. Okay, you know what? Screw it. Down air kills. We'll take it. But yeah, there we go. Shadow Ball. That's it. Just, again, good move. Good move to have. Now we'll go over the side special in a moment. Let's pick the... You know what? We'll go Kirby this time, especially since it's a blue path. So, you know, it's a lot more doable than if it were red. It's just a 1v1 in metal. Oh, just regular. Okay. Surprising. I'm not complaining, though. 1v1 against Kirby. Who's a stronger life form? Who knows? I think Kirby objectively is. Ready? But then we get the side special, which is Confusion, where Mewtwo sends out this little like warping, like this vortex in front of him, that if you hit an opponent with it, it will turn him around briefly, like kind of like stun him for a bit, and you could kind of set up into like a forward smash or something, or just a smash attack in general. You're a dumbass, Kirby. What was that? Hold up. Forward. Oh, that freaking forward throw is so good. But yeah, Confusion is really great to like just stun the opponent for like a brief second, and even like set them up into a smash attack, or even like a further combo. But what it's the best for is that it can actually be used as a reflector. Yes, it's a reflector. Kind of like very quick and doesn't last as long, sort of similar to like Mario or Falco's reflectors. They kind of like just shoot them out, use them for a second, and then, you know, for that small amount of time, that's when they can reflect. So it basically works the same, but it's a really good reflector. It actually has keeps a lot of distance between Mewtwo and the projectile that he's reflecting, and overall just an all-around good move to trip up your opponent, that's for sure. Do that and then do like a forward smash. Like it's a classic. It's a classic maneuver, but it just works so well. Now we got the up special, which this one is pretty good of a recovery in my personal opinion. This is called Teleport, or Teleport, very similar to other teleporting attacks in the game, or not attacks, but recoveries in the game. Yeah, Mewtwo just simply teleports in any direction, any one of 8 directions, and then once he does teleport, he then goes into freefall mode after the teleport is then done. So he then will have to like recuperate by like landing back on the stage, but you do have a lot of versatility with the move. It's very quick, it does no damage to your opponents, but it is very quick and can get you someplace really fast. So you can also kind of like, I don't know how much ending lag the move has, but I don't think it's much, so you can kind of like just like teleport right behind an opponent and then like immediately forward smash him or something. So you can do a lot with teleport. It's such a quick move that it can be heavily abused when playing as Mewtwo. So definitely really suggest it. But yeah, so that's teleport, very solid, you know, pretty good recovery in itself. And finally, we have the down special, which we saw very briefly there. It's called Disable, which sadly we cannot really show it off against these guys, I guess, until the the Shadow himself, the Master Shadow, the Master Clone. So we kind of have to wait for that a little bit. Oh, come on. Really? Surprised you're still not down. He died, thank you. Okay, yeah, so Disable, the way Disable works, if he just sends out this little, I can't really like pause the game. Can I pause it now? Yeah. So it sends out this like little glare from his eyes, and if it were to hit an opponent that is facing him, I'm pretty sure they have to be facing Mewtwo. They can't really just like have their back to him. But if they're facing Mewtwo, they will get stunned for like a second or two. It's not that crazy of a stun, it really isn't, but it's still a stun that can work well. It's simple about it. It's just a stunning move. It's kind of similar to how Confusion sort of stuns your opponent. You can like then set up into another attack after the move. So it's essentially what Disable is for. I mean, that is Disable's main purpose. Whereas Confusion can be used as a projectile. It has another option to it. But yeah, so for Disable, it is literally to just disable the opponent for like a quick second or two. So nothing really crazy, but it is, I think, better than it was back in Melee. It definitely does stun them for longer than it used to. I do want to show it off though really quickly against the Shadow when they come around. So I'm gonna wait for that, absolutely. I'll let me try this. Yeah, see how long that reflector stays out for? It's really good. It's a really good reflector, honestly. Oh, you want to try this? Boom, get out of here. And then we're back onto the ground. Oh, that sucks. Oh, you know, another thing that the reflector does, it kind of gives it a little bit of like a boost in the air, so you can kind of use that sort of as not a projectile, but like a horizontal recovery and get him closer to the stage, or even like get him closer to the opponent without going back onto the ground. Let's check out Disable real quick. Well, hold up. It's really bad. Let me just warn you, it's very bad. There we go. See, it stunned him. It confused him for like a second. But again, doesn't last long. It has very bad range and will only work if they... Damn, Daniel! Oh my gosh! That was amazing of a spike. I've tried getting that spike so many times. And it like almost always results in just like not happening, but I got it there and it was so freaking satisfying. Oh, so satisfying. Oh, I love Mewtwo's spike so much. But yeah, so yeah, Disable is not that crazy good of a move, no pun intended. But that didn't kill, come on. But I mean, it's there in his arsenal. You know, if you can find a way to use it properly and like actually have it as a viable strategy for Mewtwo, I mean, go ahead, try it out. You know, I'm not saying that it's like unusable, it's just like there are, you know, technically the reflector would be the better option in my personal opinion for like a stun. Confusion would be. But yeah, so there we have it, Mewtwo. He's here in the game, man. He's back, I should say. Because he was in Melee, skipped out on Brawl, and then came back in this game, so yeah, pretty cool that we have him back though. It's very, very satisfying. Alright, let's get these credits going. One thing I actually really want to mention about not just Mewtwo, but about the DLC fighters, I mean, we're here in the DLC section of the classic mode of the character selection, so like, let's briefly talk about this, so you guys just know for future reference. Obviously, everyone in the game, even the Mii fighters, have custom moves, right? They would have their the standard version of like each of their special moves, as well as 2 extra ones that you would then have to unlock. You know, besides of course for Palutena and the Mii fighters, which, you know, have their custom moves already unlocked from the beginning. The DLC fighters, however, do not have any custom moves at all. They don't. It sucks to say, it sucks that they don't, but they do not. It really does suck. I really wish they did put in some time to add some custom moves to them. I feel like they really do deserve it. It is, I will say, it is a bit disappointing that the DLC fighters don't have any custom moves. They really should have given them some custom moves. I don't know what they could have given them, honestly, but it would have been at least just cool for them for everyone to have custom moves. But yeah, so you know, they can still use the equipment that you can like put on your custom characters, but they don't have their own moves. Which, yeah, so it is what it is. I mean, you can't really, too late to change that, right? It's too really late to change that. Now we don't even have custom moves in Ultimate, which is a greater shame because they were so fun. Obviously not competitive at all, but they were just really fun to like put on your characters and like goof around with your friends. Yeah, they're best of times. I still want to try and unlock all the custom moves for every character in both Wii U and 3DS. Just so I have them, you know, I would feel like such a completionist after getting all of them. But then I could actually like have full-on custom move battles with friends. That'd be a huge amount of fun, But yeah, there we have it. There's Mewtwo. That's a really cool background image. Mewtwo with its Mewtwo Y form, not the X, because apparently no one likes the X form. Which sucks. I like the X form a lot. I mean, obviously it's not as good as the Y form, objectively, right? Objectively speaking, but like, it's still a good freaking form, and it actually transforms into a psychic fighting type, you know, which is really cool. You know, it changes its typing up a bit, you know. So, it is what it is. But we have the Y form in this game. That's the one we're gonna see. It is very brief of an introduction of like of a cameo, I guess, but yeah. So we're here in Mewtwo classic mode, sorry, training mode. Let's go ahead and check out his taunts real quick. So we have the up taunt, classic one for melee, the evil laugh with him spinning around. We have the side taunt, nice little charge up with some psychic energy around him, and then the down taunt. Nice little pose there, having that little glare in his right eye. And then doing some psychic energy with his right hands. So, really cool taunts. I like his taunts a lot. But now we have one more to show off. That, of course, is the final smash. This one being Psy Strike. So yeah, that's the move. It's pretty cool of a move to just like actually like at least like see, you know, go into action. So Mewtwo transforms into Mewtwo Y, as you saw, and sends this little like ball of energy towards the opponent. Anyone who actually gets in or hit by that ball of energy will then get stunned for a few seconds after then being hit with like a bunch of psychic energy. Boom, big ball, and then bunch of psychic energy straight to the mind. Has a lot of killing potential. At early percentages, it's not really that crazy of a final smash to hit with, but later it's like really good. Even like at, what was it, like 40-70%? Palutena just like died from that. Huge amount of knockback scaling that final smash has. But yeah, really good final smash, definitely. Really cool to just like see the transformation, the real brief showcase of Mewtwo Y in the game. We saw Mega Charizard X and of course Mega Lucario. But now we have Mega Mewtwo, so that's pretty cool to see. But let's go ahead and check out Mewtwo's trophy, because Mewtwo has his own trophy. Actually, fun fact, I'm pretty sure I'm not sure about everyone. I think only Lucas and Mewtwo, they already have trophies for themselves already in the base game, but they do have their own like character trophies that you can of course obtain by getting the characters themselves and then going through classic mode, which we have right here. Mewtwo puts its psychic powers to great use in this game. Not only does it have floaty jumps, but its telekinesis gives its attacks extra reach and its throws added power. However, its light body makes it easy to launch, so if you're willing to take the risk of getting in close, it might just be worth it. Yeah, I mean, if you can like really get in close, get some damage going with Mewtwo, he could be a menace. Avoid like really big heavy hits from your opponents. Keep the distance between you and them with like Shadow Ball. Use Confusion, potentially also disable to your advantage, or like stunning your opponent for like a very brief second and just hitting them with a strong attack. And then the final smash is great. So yeah, I mean, that's it. That's it for today's episode of Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS. In the next one, we're going to be continuing Classic Mode, going through as the next DLC fighter, one of my, of course, all-time favorites, that being Lucas. Yes, Lucas is back from Brawl as a DLC fighter, and we're going to be playing as him next time. I'm so excited about this. I love Lucas. So, Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Social media, including the Twitch, the second channel, the music channel, and the VOD channel are, of course, down below in the description. And I will be seeing y'all in the next one. Pop-Tart out.